Hello, welcome everyone to our mini English lessons with Dave Queensland. Thank you all for joining us today. I hope you are all keeping safe and well. And just for your information, we are recording this session. My name is Jonas. I'm the in-country manager for Brazil at TAFE Queensland International. So TAFE Queensland is a government institution with 140 years of experience in the education industry in Australia. Today's session is Cambridge examination preparation for FCE and CAE, with a focus on multiple choice questions in reading, okay? So we are with Rocco, one of our teachers at TAFE Queensland. There will be a 20-minute lesson, then 5 minutes information sessions, and 5 minutes at the end for questions and answers. All attendees are muted, so please keep the microphone off during the session. Any questions or answer you want to participate, please write it on the chat box, okay? Enjoy the session. Over to you, Rocco.
Thank you very much, Jonas, and welcome everybody to our mini lesson for today. Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, depending on where you are in the world. So look, we're continuing with Cambridge exam preparation. And for those of you who are not unsure about the Cambridge examination, it's a general English examination, but it can be used by some universities will accept it or colleges will accept it for entry. A lot of companies also look at the Cambridge examinations to determine people's English level. And especially in European companies as well, they will have a preference for this type of examination. So today we're looking at the reading part and we're dealing with multiple choice questions. And actually, now that I think of it, a lot of the tips today can be useful in other examinations like in TOEFL or TOEIC or IELTS as well. So we'll look at some strategies for the multiple choice questions, looking at the order of the answers and what you would expect there. Also looking at things like some different approaches to the questions. Looking at distractors. Now, distractor means they're the incorrect options. They're called distractors because they distract your attention away from what the correct answer is. And they're very cleverly done quite often. Okay, so let's just have a bit of an overview first about multiple choice questions. What's true? Do you think the answers appear in order in the text? Is that true or is it false? Maybe the answers are in a mixed order throughout the text. What about this one? To save time, you can start with the question that's easy to locate in the text first and then work forward or backwards. There's no need to answer the questions in sequence one by one. What that means is you don't have to start with question 1 and then do question 2 and then do question 3. What do you think? Is that true? Is that a good approach? All the incorrect multiple choice options are also mentioned in the text, either in full or in part. Is that true? What do you think? How about this one? The multiple choice options can appear in a mixed order in the text. Now, D and A is a bit different. A is where the question itself is in order, but D is the 4 multiple choice options. They can be in a jumbled order. What do you think? True or false? There are 4 options to choose from. How many of these things do you think are true? One of them? All of them? None of them? Some of them? Maybe you can let me know. If you go to the chat box, you can tell me what you think. Are any of these true? What do you think, guys? Let me know. Go to the chat box and type in what you think. Oh, great. We've got a couple of votes already. What are you guys thinking there? Okay, great. A few more responses. Well, I'm glad to see that you guys have all got something right. Well done. Hector, very good. Ibtisemius, well done. Got a lot of options there. Look, let's have a look at these ones. Let's look at A first of all. The answers appear in order in the text. Yep, they do. They are in order. So question 1 is here, where the answer to question 2 is below that, the answer to question 3 is below that, and so on. So that one's true. And look at B. To save time, start with the question that's easy to locate. So if you think you know where the answer to question 3 is, start there. Absolutely. There's no need just to start with question 1, then do question 2. Start with the questions that are easy to locate. If you know where the answer is, start there. If you know where the answer to question 3 is and you found it in the article, then the answer to question 2 is above and the answer to question 4 is below. Now, look at C. The 3 answers that are wrong, they're also mentioned either in full or in part in the text. You'll never have a situation where one of the options is not mentioned at all. So that's the trick, that's the difficulty with distractors. The multiple choice options, A, B, C, D, yeah, those little pieces of information, they can be in order, they can also be a little bit jumbled. Option A could be mentioned here and option C could be above that potentially. That's also true. And I've given away the answer to E. That's also true as well. So in fact, they're all true. That's a nice little teacher's trick sometimes. We give you all true or all false answers like that. Okay, let's have a closer look at some questions now. Normally in the Cambridge examinations, they've got about 6 questions that are multiple choice. When it comes to reading comprehension, there are other multiple choice questions when it comes to the grammar component, but this is just for the reading component. You'll see there are 2 questions here. Question 1, question 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. I haven't got here for you, but they would normally appear in the paper. What would you do? Would you try question 1 first? Or would you try question 2 first? What do you think, everyone? Go to the chat box, let me know. Would you try 1? Start with question 1 in this case? Or would you start with question 2? Obviously, it's an article about second language learning in migrant children. Okay, a few of you have voted already. Good. Let's see what you're thinking. Yeah, interesting, Edgard. I wouldn't start there. Interesting. Well, everyone has ignored that bit of information. The answers are in order in the text. Veronica, thank you. Interesting. Hector, I think you're right. Absolutely. Good. Now, guys, for me, I would begin with question 2. I would not begin with question 1. And there's a reason. Look, Milpera, it's a name. Also, there's the word Brisbane. But maybe in this article, Brisbane appears a few times. But the word Milpera appears once. And it's a very, very easy word to locate because it's a name and there's a capital M. So this answer I can locate fast, straight away. Migrant children, the whole article is about migrant children. I don't know where to find this one. And the benefit, it's not an easy thing to locate. No, so absolutely not question 1. It will take you much longer to find the answer. Question 2, you can locate the answer instantly. Because yes, maybe you've got the word Brisbane, but actually it's the word Milpera. So it's easy to locate in the text and it's fast. And if you found the location for Milpera, that's what you need to do. That's your starting point. So here is part of the article. It's not the whole article. So question 2 talks about the Milpera school, and you'll see it's mentioned here in paragraph 3. My question to you, where is the answer to question 1? Does it happen before Milpera is mentioned, or is it mentioned after Milpera is mentioned? What do you think, guys? Before or after? Let me know. You can go to the chat box and tell me. Is it before or after Milpera is mentioned? Okay, not many votes yet. Oh, good, a few more there. Excellent. Let's see what you guys are thinking. Not quite, Marcella, no. Nasli, not quite, no. Lena, very good. Edgard, very good, yes. Okay, Mariel, Fanny, well done, very good. Remember, in multiple choice, the questions are in order. The answers are in order in the text. I can see that word Milpera, so question 2 must be here. Question 1 must be before. Why? Because questions appear in order in the text. That's why. Begin with question 2 first. I can locate it straight away, answer it, then maybe try question 1 or question 3 after that point. Okay, so let's just focus on question 2. We agree that that's the best place to start because we can find the answer immediately in the article. But there are 2 different approaches. Let's have a look at John first of all. John says this: I highlight the keywords in the question. So maybe Milpera, migrant children, Brisbane, and in all 4 multiple choice options. So maybe John will highlight 84 different countries, cultural exchange, teachers, extensive experience, consult local migrant communities. That's John's approach. Highlight the keywords in the question, then highlight all the keywords in the options, and then try to find the answer. Do you agree with John's approach, or here's Mary's approach? Mary says, I don't look at the 4 options initially. So A, B, C, D, she doesn't look at them. I just highlight the keywords in the question only. Milpera, school, migrant children. Then try to answer the question by myself in my own words. Maybe Mary would write her answer here. Then I look at the multiple choice options for the first time. This is after Mary has answered it independently. And I see which of the 4 options, A, B, C, D, matches my notes. So Mary doesn't match A, B, C, D to the article. Mary answers the question by herself, writes what she thinks the answer is. What do you think? Would you prefer John's approach or Mary's approach? Which one do you think would be the better way? Remembering that 1 answer is correct, 3 answers are wrong, and the 3 answers are wrong are kind of mentioned in the article as well. John, Mary. Wow, not quite, Catherine. John's approach. Everyone's going with John's approach. No, John's approach doesn't save time. John's approach is actually more harmful. What's the problem with John's approach? The incorrect answers are mentioned in the article. So John is concentrating on the incorrect answers. John is losing focus on the question. In Mary's case, those 3 wrong answers don't bother her at all. So here's the difference. John is focusing on everything. Mary is just focusing on the question only. Mary is more likely to get the correct answer because she's only focusing on the question. Oh, thank you, Yuri. Well done. I think you're the only one, I think. Everyone is saying John. This is a very traditional thing. Your teachers at school say, highlight the key words. And you know what? When they design these exams, those 3 incorrect answers, the test creators, they know that people are just going to highlight keywords and match the keywords. If you keep on matching the keywords in A, B, C, D, you're going to get confused. Mary has a much stronger and clearer focus. She says, well, the Milpera School for Migrant Children in Brisbane, what is special about it? She will read it and write it down, exactly what she thinks. Then she has to choose the best option between A, B, C, D with what she thinks. She's not distracted. John is distracted. So John, absolutely not. In terms of exam technique. Well done, Catherine, yes. She gets the general concept. Yes, that's right, Marcella. She's not distracted with the incorrect answers. Okay, let's have a look at another strategy here. Have a look at question 2 again, and here are the 4 options. Now, look at A. There are students from 84 different countries. B, encourages cultural exchange. C, has teachers with extensive experience. D, consults with local migrant communities. Have a look at A, B, and C, and D. Do you think any of the options are related or connected somehow or have some kind of link? This is important because sometimes they'll give you options that are really, really close with a small difference. Quite often, the correct answer is between, say, 2 options that are really, really near, really close. Do you see any relationship maybe between A and B, or A and C, or B and D? What do you think, guys? Any relationship or connection between the options? Okay, a few people have voted. Interesting. Yeah, Mariel, I do see that. And Linda, I do see that. A lot of you are choosing A and B. Yeah, Edgar, C is a bit different, isn't it? It's just about teachers. Interesting, Nasli. There is a connection there, but let's have a closer look. At A, talks about different countries. Well, okay. B talks about cultural exchange. C talks about extensive experience. I don't really see any relationship here. Maybe countries and culture, A and B, maybe, potentially. Let's have a look at D for a second. You know what? I see a relationship between B and D. Cultural exchange and consultation. B and D have a relationship and a connection because, you know, it's about interaction. Look at D as well. Maybe migrant communities in different countries. So Nasli, I do see your point there. So at this stage, I'm kind of thinking, well, you know, the answer could be between, say, B and D because of that interaction element. Maybe between A and D, countries and migrants. Maybe B possibly, culture as well. C is just talking about teachers. C is the one that's a little bit different from the other three, isn't it? That's one thing to think about. So that helps you with your focus. Look at the ones that have a relationship, because quite often the correct answer is between the options that are really, really close. And Nancy, I don't see B and C, the relationship there. But anyway, let's have a closer look at, I don't understand. Oh, okay, Marcella. Option D, the school will interact with local migrant communities. So the Milpera School is a school for migrant children, and the school will actually meet with other members of society and talk to them and maybe get their involvement, get their opinions and things like that. That's what option D probably means. Yeah, no worries. Okay, so let's just focus on that paragraph that mentions the Milpera School. Let's have a look at option A. I wonder, is option A correct or incorrect? Now, option A has students from 84 different countries. So if you look carefully, it mentions a recent survey of 84 former students. Do you think A is possible? Is that correct or incorrect? What do you think, everyone? Correct or incorrect? A recent survey of 84 former students. All right. Got a couple of votes there. All right. Well done, Serhia. Good. Well done, Mariel. Yes, good. Everyone seems to be on the right page. Right. Okay. So imagine John and Mary. Mary can ignore that. John is focusing, 84 different countries, 84. Oh, it mentions 84. So John is a little bit distracted. Sorry, Usi, not quite. It does mention 84 students, doesn't it? Does it mention different countries? We don't know if those 84 students are from the same country or from different countries. The school has present tense. Former doesn't mean they are current students. It means they are older students. So you see here in this case, part of the statement is mentioned, but not the whole statement. So someone like John would be distracted here. Mary wouldn't be distracted. Mary's not focusing on that. Let's think about the same approach. Let's have a look at maybe option D, for example. Option D consults with local migrant communities. And if you look in the article, people in the local community who come to the school for various events. Do you think D is correct or incorrect? What do you feel, everyone? Let me know. Go to the chat box. Tell me what you think, everyone. Correct or incorrect? Okay, good. Got a couple of votes already. I wonder what you guys are thinking. Edgard, it might be one of those activities. Is it definitely one of those activities? Does the article say that one? Ooh, a synonym of survey, Camilla. But, not quite. Survey is in a different spot. Let's see. Interesting. It mentions local communities. This sentence here, they demonstrate how knowing more than one language has not been an impediment at all in employment. How can they demonstrate that? Do they demonstrate that because they are migrants themselves? It doesn't really mention whether those people are migrants or not. That's a distractor. And does it mention consult? It says that the people come to the school for the events, but is there consultation? So consultation is not mentioned. So someone like John, who's highlighting all these keywords, is now thinking, well, hang on, is D mentioned? Someone like Mary isn't really so distracted by that. Mary is focusing on, oh, it's nice that the community supports them. They support the idea that knowing more than one language is not a problem. Yes, it doesn't, good Hector, it doesn't mention consultation. It mentions that they participate in these events, they come for events. Was that just to observe the event? We don't know, it doesn't say. So again, part of it's mentioned, some of it could be inferred, possibly it could be, but could be or might be is not enough. Actually, Marcella, some people do. They think that, oh, you should learn your first language first and don't learn a second language until you're older. Some people believe that. And some people think, yeah, no, you should learn two, but not at the same time. I'm a believer of you can learn more than one language at the same time, and the earlier the better. That's my belief. Anyway, let's try another question, another option, sorry. Let's have a look at option B. Encourages cultural exchange. Does the school encourage this? Well, there's a bit of a sentence here. Here at the school, the learners are warmly supported in being exposed to people of different backgrounds. What do you think? Encourages cultural exchange. Is that correct or incorrect? Right, Skander, well done. That's right. See this, the paraphrasing? I think you're right there, yes. Well done, Nancy. Well done, Fanny. Yeah, this one's a bit harder. It's not so obvious, is it? Well, encourage, warmly supported. So that's actually mentioned. Yes, Katrin, and that's the clue. It uses different words, but Katrin, those words are synonyms. They've been paraphrased. They have the same meaning. Yeah. Cultural exchange. Yeah, that's mentioned. They are exposed to people of different backgrounds, cultural exchange. So actually, I think B is right. So a quick overview, guys. Remember, in multiple choice, the answers appear in order. So start with the questions that are easy to locate. You don't have to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Then work forward or backward after that point. Start with the ones that are easy. Answer the questions independently. Don't look at those options. They're going to distract you. Think of John and Mary. Careful with the options that are similar or have connections. Look for the ones that are close, because quite often the right answer will be between those two. Make sure the whole option matches, not just 1 or 2 keywords. They know that people only match one word, one keyword with one keyword, and they don't read the sentence and they don't read the whole option. This is where most people lose marks, just by simply matching a keyword with the keyword. As you saw there, a lot of those answers were wrong just by simply matching the keyword. Okay, guys, quick overview of the courses before we do our Q&A session. Yes, Cambridge First Certificate. The great thing about the Cambridge First Certificate, you need roughly an IELTS of 5.0 level. If you've completed upper intermediate, it's a good stepping point. If you pass the course, you can get direct entry into our TAFE diploma courses. The Cambridge CAE is 1 level higher. It's like an advanced level, and that's great for those who, going for higher scores, like for civil engineering, for example. You can get into a TAFE civil engineering associate degree course with that one as well. And yep, the great thing about the course is lots of skills, lots of practice, and lots of homework. Sorry, hope you don't mind homework. And there's a really, really well-rounded skills. So you can use them for entry into our TAFE diploma courses, but a lot of people do the Cambridge preparation classes when they're thinking of their employment prospects. So it's a handy one to do after university as well, or after college, when you're thinking about joining the workforce and your English skills for the workforce as well. Jonas, sorry, anything to add to that from your perspective?
Sure, Rocco, thanks for that. Okay, so talking about the prices, our price for any of our general English levels or academic courses is the same, is 220 Australian dollars per week. And there's also a material fee, the books, which cost 110 Australian dollars each 12-week block, okay? And currently we have no enrollment fee. Okay, so as for the link where you can register for future classes, I will drop it in the chat box for you shortly. Okay, so next week, we will continue to focus on the Cambridge, FCE and CAE, and we will look at sentence completion questions in listening. So next week is listening, okay? So at TAFE Queensland, we offer courses, English courses and vocational programs in different fields. So please feel free to contact us, okay? We have staff from different nationalities, so we might be able to assist you in your own language, okay? So I will write down the link for the classes next week, and I will write down my email address as well. So if anyone needs any further information, please feel free to contact me, okay? Back to you, Rocco, for the questions and answers. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Jonas. All right, everyone, so we've got a little bit over time, but I do have a few minutes left in case someone thinks of a question they'd like to ask. You can go to the chat box and type it in there. I'm happy to answer it. It could be about today's presentation. That's all good. Or you can ask something about other courses or other aspects of English. I don't mind at all. Please feel free to ask. Or don't be shy. Even if you feel the question is you're not comfortable asking the question, that's fine. I'm happy to answer them. Se-hyung, are there any Korean staff in TAFE? I believe we do have in the international office, if I'm not wrong, Jonas.
Yes, we have Grace. She's from Korea, and I think we have some. I'm not sure if Songi is Korean. I know she has a Korean background. She's probably Australian, but yeah, we definitely can help you in your own language. Okay.
Yeah, Grace Park, yes.
Grace
and
Park.
actually, I know there's a couple of teachers have actually also lived and taught in Korea. Chris, I remember he spent a few years in Korea teaching English there as well. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, Marcella. Well, hopefully this COVID situation can improve and then things can get back to normal somehow. No, Tatiana, I'm actually based in Brisbane with TAFE Queensland. Adelaide also has is part of South Australia, and they also have a TAFE network there for international students too. Mariel, TAFE Queensland itself is in various locations. We're in for international students for English language. We're in Brisbane and in the Gold Coast. But for international students who want to do certificate and diploma courses, there's many places they can go. Cairns, Townsville, Mackay, Bundaberg, Rockhampton, Gold Coast, Brisbane, of course. And within Brisbane, there are different locations. Some TAFE centres specialise more in other things. There's one at Acacia Ridge that focuses more on automotive. Another one might focus more on business. Another one focuses more on technology and things like that. Jonas, a question from Marcella. Do you help with the visa process?
Okay, so let me quickly just give another information about the English courses. The English courses are offered in Brisbane and at the Gold Coast at the moment, right, Rocco?
Yep.
So these are the two locations for if you want to study English. So with the visa process, so we are as a provider, we are not able to help you with the visa process. So my suggestion is to look for an agent. So one of those specialized agents, they probably might be able to help you. So we have some partner agents, registered agents, and you can have a look. You can have a look at our website to see which agent location is located near you. Okay, Marcelo?
All right. All right, thanks, Jonas, for that. Okay, guys, look, I'm afraid that's all the time we've got for today. So thank you very much, everyone, for your attendance and also participating. I like it when you guys contribute in the chat box. It's good. Helps see how you're going. But thank you very much, everyone. Hopefully see you for our next mini lesson. Thanks, everyone. Have a lovely day. See you again. Thank you.
Okay, so I will finish the session now. Thanks, Rocco. Thanks, everyone, for joining. Hope to see you all next week. See ya.